Hey, Stephen Brooks here, and I teach traders how to generate a very reliable and consistent salary trading even as little as 5 minutes a week. Plus, we use an AI trading bot that really helps with all of that. Now, the purpose of this video is to explain to you why trading courses absolutely suck. Now, how can this guy standing here in his sweatsuit, how can he be an authority figure, and how can he tell me exactly why all these trading courses that I have bought over the past number of years absolutely suck? Well, a lot of what I do when it comes to trading, if you're a little bit new to me, has to do with data. Actually, 100% of everything that I do when it comes to trading has to do with data. So I had my team go ahead and pull a bunch of numbers for me to be able to provide to you in this video to not only show you why courses suck, especially when it comes to trading, but why they haven't worked for you. Because the reason why they haven't worked for you is not what you would expect. Now, why do I know what I'm talking about here? Since 2018, I've had 6,127 unique students purchase a program for me. Now, that doesn't mean they all purchased a $10,000 program or a $25,000 program. I've sold things at certain points for as little as 99 cents. So the number's not impressive as you're probably thinking in the back of your head. But what happens is whenever somebody joins our program, we not only survey them like the first day they join, talking about their different pain points, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, what their goals are, all that stuff. And not only do we really track this information in terms of getting actual survey results from our customers really every 2 weeks, but what we also do is we also religiously track other data points to look at customer engagement. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today, because the number one response that we get when somebody new joins one of our programs, the number one response we get to the question of why hasn't trading worked for you in the past is always, some guru screwed me. Some guru stiffed me. Some guru scammed me. Having to do with somebody else, somebody like me, scamming, screwing you, failed you, whatever it is. And again, based on the data, we're going to find out if that's actually true or not, because the reality is that is the number one response by far. And I think people are significantly missing the mark. And I'll give you an example. The best students who I have, the best students who I've worked with over the years, they are the ones who have done the most volume of the thing. Now, what does that mean? That means that if a program calls for the first 5 minutes of the trading day doing a trade, the best students are the ones that do that the most frequently. Now, that doesn't mean they're sitting there all day. It literally is taking 5 minutes. But the people who make the most money who I work with, the students who are the most successful, the ones who consistently make the most amount of money, if a program calls for them on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 9:32 a.m. Eastern time to place the exact same trade, if you just take a look at the people who do that trade every single day, they're the ones who are the most successful. If you look at the people who do it, let's say 4 times a week instead of 5, they are successful, but not as successful as the people who do it 5 days a week. And the same goes true as you go down the ladder from 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 1 time a week. And what I've noticed is those people who make the most money the most consistently who I work with, they're not smarter than everyone. Like if they took an IQ test, they'd probably be in the middle of the boat. They didn't have more money to start than everyone else, or everyone kind of starts with roughly within the same range in terms of how much money they have in their account. But the main difference is, by miles, is the volume of work that they put in. Now, again, that doesn't mean sitting there for hours on end. That doesn't mean that you got to quit your job and just sit in front of your trading platform all day. But what that means is, again, if the program or the course calls for 5 minutes a day, the people who make the most money when you survey them and when you ask them, 100% of them are the ones that show up and do the thing every single day. Now, how do I know that to be true? Well, let's take a look. So I've had a number of programs over the years, and I'm not going to give you the names of the programs. I'm not going to give you the price point of the programs. I'm just going to call them programs A and programs B for right now. Again, the most successful students are the ones who do the thing that the program teaches them on the most. That is it. So let's talk about program A and program B. And when I had my team go into this investigation, it took a couple weeks for us to be able to get these answers. But when I had my team go into this investigation of program A and program B, there were 4 questions I posed to them and 4 data points I wanted them to give to me. The first one was, what percentage of the students in the program created an account? Like if they had access to a membership site, for example, what percentage of students in that program created an account? The second question was, how many comments are there in a given day in the program chat room, right? So every single one of the programs I have has the ability for the members to message one another each day to talk about trading, talk about the market or whatever. So the second question was, how many comments or messages are there each day in the live chat room? The third question is, for each of these programs, there's a live coaching session each week. So what percentage of students on average show up to the actual coaching, to the coaching calls each week? And the result of that, the last question was, what percentage of students in that program would recommend the program to a friend or family? Now again, we are not talking about any particular trading strategy here. We're not talking about some brand new trading strategy you never heard of. We're literally just talking about the people who make the most money, the most consistently, who have by far the most success, are the ones who have done the most volume of work. So the reason I ask those questions is because the answer to those questions is very indicative of volume of work, right? If you create an account, I would say that's work. If you show up to coaching, I would say that's work. If you're a participant, I would say that's work. And the result of all that work that you put in, that volume of work, would spit out maybe a good or a bad score in terms of would you kind of recommend this program or service to somebody else. So here is what I see right here. And these are numbers directly from my team this morning. That's why I'm shooting this video today. Program A. Question number 1. And by the way, what I will say to you is the information in program A is the exact same information that is in program B. Okay? Let me state that again. Program A has the exact same information as program B. Okay? And remember, when we get a new person to join our ecosystem, the number one thing they say in terms of why they are not getting the results they want is because somebody else did something to them. A guru stiffed them. A guru screwed them. A guru's course was not good or whatever it is. Okay? Program A, that is the exact same information as program B. Question number 1, what percentage of students in that program created an account? Program A, 63%. So in program A, 2 out of every 3 people who join the program create an account in our membership portal. Again, the question is volume of work. Question number 2, program A. What percentage of students show up to coaching calls each week? 6%. Again, the question is volume of work. Question number 3, how many messages or chats or posts are there on a given day in the live chat room? Program A, 12. Again, the students of mine who make the most money, most consistently, most reliably, the ones who are able to quit their job, the ones who make multiple 6 figures, they are the ones that do the thing the most frequently. They're the ones that put in the most volume of work. And again, it doesn't mean sitting there every single day for 8 hours a day. It can be done in 5 minutes a day, no problem. Now, let's talk about program B. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, no, we'll get to that in a second. So we'll talk about program B. Again, volume of work, volume of work. Program B. Question number 1. What percentage of students have created an account in the membership area. For program B, it's 100% of them created an account within the first 36 hours of joining. Okay? Remember, it's about volume of work, doing the thing more frequently than everyone else. That's what's similar with the successful, not how smart they are or how much money they have or their ability to read the market. Question number 2. What percentage of students show up on average to a weekly coaching call? Program B, 73%. Again, volume of work. Question number 3. How many messages or posts are there on a given day in the live chat room? Program B, 138. Again, I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face on this video. Those who are the most successful with my stuff by far, because we survey the hell out of them every single week, they're the ones that do the thing more times than everyone else. So let's compare those. Program A, 63% of students have ever created an account. Program B, 100% have created their account within the first 36 hours of joining. Now, out of those two, which one would you say is more indicative of my most successful students who do the thing with more volume? Program B. Question number 2. What percent show up on a given week on average for live coaching? Program A, 6%. Program B, 73%. Again, my most successful students are the ones that do the thing more frequently than everyone else. Which of those kind of smells like doing the thing with more volume or more frequency than everyone else? 73% show up rate as opposed to 6. Question number 3. How many comments are there in a given day in our chat? Program A, 12. Program B, 138. Which of those smells like, which of those sounds like more volume was put in? That they did the thing more frequently than everyone else? Program B. So again, the number one response I get when a new member joins a program as to why you're not getting the results you want is always because some other guru did something to me. Some other guru's system sucked. Some other guru's program was bad. Some other guru lied to me, screwed me, whatever. That's the number one response we get. But we have 2 programs that offer the exact same thing. The exact same thing. In program A, a third of the people never create an account. 90% of them do not show up to weekly coaching. And there are 12 comments in the chat on average each day. The result of that is that 12% of the people in that program would recommend it to somebody else. Okay? 12% of the people in that program would recommend it to somebody else. Now, what I would argue is, let's say 100 people who are in program A of mine are going to go buy somebody else's course. If somebody else asks them why they're not getting a good result, that person is going to see the same thing that I see. They're going to see a lot of people saying some other guru's program sucked. Some other guru's system sucked. Some other guru's trading methodology didn't work for me. Some other guru screwed me. That's what they're going to see. Again, only 12% of them are saying they would recommend it to somebody else. That is not a high number. That's an embarrassing number. And because of that, you're going to get a lot of people who aren't happy. But then we look at program B. It's the exact same material. Nothing is different between program A and program B, except 100% of people create an account within the first day and a half of joining. 73% show up each week on average for live coaching, and that includes the holidays. And there's 138 comments or posts or whatever you want to call it in a given day in the chat. And the result of that is that 92% of the people in that program, program B, would recommend it to a friend or family. Now, scratching my head. How could this be? How could this be? Program A and program B are the same. They're the exact same. But the people who go through program A are ultimately going to tell other people when posed the question, why is trading not worked out for you? People in program A are 100% of the time going to say, oh, it's some other guru. Some other guru's fault. Some course I bought, some system I bought, didn't work. Somebody else's fault. But why is it with the exact same program, that 0% of the people in program B are going to say that when posed the exact same question? It is because the members of program B have done the thing with enough volume to be able to experience said result. Again, program A, where 12% of the people would recommend it to somebody else. 37% of the people who bought the program never even created an account. Program B, same exact thing, same material, where 92% would recommend it to a friend or family. Everyone created an account within the first 36 hours of joining. Everyone. Okay? Which of those sounds like more volume, like they did the thing more? Program B. Next question. What's the show up rate for weekly coaching calls? Program A is 6, program B, 73%. Which of those smells like to you more volume of doing the thing? Program B. And then finally, 12 comments versus 138 comments. And with the exact same program, if you poll everyone in program A and then poll everyone in program B and pose the exact same question I pose when new people join my programs, why aren't you getting the results you want? In program A, most of the people will say because of some other guru. In program B, 0 of them will say that. So, in my opinion, the reason that courses suck is not because the actual course sucks. And it is much more likely because you just didn't do the thing enough. How can it be that my students who are the most successful have just done it with a frequency that is greater than the ones who haven't? When we get an email from people saying, Stephen, I tried this program, it didn't work out, it sucked. Way more than half the time, they've never even logged into their account. They haven't read an email in 3 months. So here is my recommendation for you if you feel like you've been burned by a guru, or you feel like somebody scammed you, or some guru's system didn't work. Try it exactly the way they suggest you do for 6 months straight. Try it. If at that point it hasn't worked for you, then you can say somebody stiffed you or somebody screwed you or somebody lied to you. But the problem is, very few of the people who give us that feedback of like, hey, why isn't this working out for you, have gotten even close to that point. Most people either try 0 times or less than 2 or 3. So, no, courses in the trading world don't suck. I've seen them all. Most of them are really good. The problem is, you haven't put in the volume of work to even be able to closely be able to say if something works or not for you. Again, the best thing you can do, the next coaching program you buy in trading, the next course you buy in trading, don't grade it until you have actually done it for 6 months straight. Now, again, it doesn't mean you got to sit there all day. My stuff is either fully automated or 5 minutes a day. It could be as little as that. So don't tell me you don't have that kind of time. You're just lying to yourself if you do. But do it for 6 months straight. 6 months straight. And then you can make a decision on if it was good or not. The problem is, you think courses suck because you just haven't done the thing enough. Again, I have people who I work with who make on average $10,000 a week. I have people who I work with who make on average $20,000 a week. I have many people making over 6 figures a month. 100% of them do the volume enough. I also have people who email me saying, Stephen, your stuff absolutely sucks. 0 of them have done the volume anywhere near the successful people. So again, If you want to, go about your days blaming whatever's happening to you on somebody else, hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, their own decisions. But after having 6,127 customers, after doing hundreds of surveys with tens of thousands of responses, being able to see how often somebody logs in, how often somebody comments, how much content they're watching, how many trades they're doing, it's evident. Those who are successful in trading just do it more than you do, have done the thing longer than you. I call it volume. I'll give you a great example. There's a guy who teaches people how to build businesses. His name is Alex Hormozi. He's fantastic. He got a coach years ago because he wanted to make better gyms, right? He wanted to have a gym. He wanted to make like the next 24-hour fitness. And he hired a coach. And the coach said, okay, we put like flyers out all over town to get people to come into our gym. So go ahead and do that. He said, okay. So he went out there and he did it and nobody called him. So he called the coach back and the coach goes, all right, how'd it go? And he goes, well, nobody called to join my gym. He goes, okay, how many flyers did you put out? And the guy goes, 100. And the coach goes, we don't even look at the numbers till we put out 5,000 flyers. It's about volume and doing the thing long enough to where you find out which version of it works for you. Problem is, the majority of traders, because they hop and hop and hop and hop and hop and hop, and they don't recognize that, hey, some things might not work the first day. You may not triple your money on the first day, that it does take sometimes a little bit of time. So again, with that being said, my students who make $10,000 a week, $20,000 a week, even some of them make six figures a month, they have more volume than you. That's it. And again, they're not sitting there all day either. Maybe they're doing it for an hour a day, 5 minutes a day, or maybe they're just using my AI automation. I don't know. But the reality is this. They do it with more volume than you do. So again, my recommendation for everyone watching this video, again, you don't have to buy my stuff. I don't care. But the reality is this. Whenever you buy a coaching program or a course when it comes to trading, and there's a system or there's a methodology or there's a trade involved, you need to do it for 6 months straight, exactly as the coach recommends or educates you, before you actually make a decision on if it's good or not. The problem is, most of you don't even get to week 2. And if you have a friend or a family member who purchases a coaching program or a course, would you recommend to them to try it for a week or so and then do nothing else after that? No. So if you wouldn't recommend that they do it that way, I don't know why you'd recommend you yourself do it. So again, 6 months of doing the thing with the frequency that the most successful people do. Again, the numbers don't lie right here. The unsuccessful group with the exact same program, 37% of them don't even create an account. 94% of them don't show up to live coaching. There's 12 comments a day in the chat box. And because of that, 12% would recommend it to somebody else. With the exact same program. The exact same program. 73% show up for live coaching each week. 100% of them create their account within the first 36 hours. And there's 138 posts a day in the chat. Then 92% say it's good. So is it really that the coaching programs suck or that the courses suck or that you just didn't put in the volume? So again, my name is Stephen Brooks. I teach traders who have more than $25,000 in their portfolio how to generate a very reliable salary, trading even as little as 5 minutes a day. You have the time to do that. And using AI automation, that takes no time. And again, there's a big negative rap about my industry, about the trading niche. And unfortunately, a lot of it is just because the students, they don't do the thing long enough. They barely even do it for a week, let alone 6 months. But if you ever purchase a program or a course from somebody, whether it's me or somebody else, do it for 6 months straight. Actually get the volume that separates the best from somebody else. Because again, the people that make the most money aren't smarter. They don't have more money to start with. Eventually, they get a lot more money because they make money trading. But to start, everyone kind of starts in the same bucket in terms of education and in terms of capital. But how is it 100% of the people who are the most successful are the ones who have the most volume and have the most repetitions? So if you want to be more successful when it comes to trading, why not just model everything that you do off of the most successful people? The one thing that is exactly the same with all those who I work with who are the most successful is they've done it with more volume than you. That's it. So pick up the volume. And again, it doesn't mean you have to sit there all day and watch the market. I hate doing that. I do the complete opposite. 5 minutes a day, 0 minutes a week sometimes if you're using AI automation. And that is literally it, my friend. So again, yes, trading courses suck, but they suck because the average student puts in volume that is less than 1 week's worth of effort. Now, the good news is you have 100% control over this. This is something you can control. You can control watching Netflix as opposed to doing the thing that the coach suggests. You can control watching YouTube as opposed to doing the thing the coach suggests. You can control being on Instagram for 3 hours a day as opposed to doing what the coach suggests. You can control talking about politics or watching the news for 2 hours a day as opposed to what the coach suggests. And I promise you, if you are watching this video, especially till this part of the video when I've repeated myself so many times, like I'm telling you, you want to be better at trading, whatever program you buy, whatever course you buy, do the thing accurately as the coach recommends or educates you on for 6 months straight. All of a sudden, you're going to go from somebody who is like, oh, all these gurus are a scam, they don't work, to, oh shit, this worked. I'll see you in the next video.